everyone, it's Alexander Robinson. Welcome to the channel. So we are more than halfway through January of 2025, and I know this kind of video is coming in pretty late, but when you live in Los Angeles and your city is on fire, you just don't really feel motivated to do anything creatively. So I just took a week off. I recently uploaded my review for Wolfman, so I am more than ready to get back on the YouTube train. Since I didn't do a worst of 2024 list, I'm gonna make it up to you guys by talking about what I consider to be my most anticipated movies of 2025. So let's not waste any more time. Let's just jump into this list right now. Number 10. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, aka Dead Reckoning Part 2. So all the Mission Impossible movies, starting with the third one, have been damn near excellent. They've been spectacular action movies, and ever since Christopher McQuarrie took over the franchise, they've all started to have a connecting thread rather than just being a random spy adventure. And I'm curious to see how he and Tom Cruise wrap up this story and see how it holds up to the rest of the Mission Impossible movies. I'll be reviewing the first 4 Mission Impossible movies since I haven't before on this channel, and it'll be a great lead up to this supposed final entry in the Ethan Hunt story. Number 9. The Fantastic Four: First Steps. We finally have arrived to Marvel's own attempt at a Fantastic Four movie, because all of them beforehand have been straight up garbage. And I think that this movie has an incredibly low bar to climb, but I want it to be great. I don't want it to just simply be good by comparison of the other movies. I want to finally say that we have a good Fantastic Four movie that's not The Incredibles. And based on everything I've heard about this film, it might very well be that. The cast looks fantastic. I love how it's taking a more retro approach to the Fantastic Four, giving it a more 60s style to it. It's apparently set in another universe, not the main sacred timeline of the MCU. The director, Matt Shakman, I think did a really great job with directing the episodes of WandaVision, as well as select episodes of Monarch. I'm not too thrilled about this movie having 6 writers, but, you know, I'm hoping for the best. I would love for this to be a really great Fantastic Four movie, and the only good one that we have. Like with Mission Impossible, I'll be reviewing the previous Fantastic Four movies leading up to this one. Number 8. The Running Man. Glenn Powell's quest to dominate Hollywood continues because he had a great year last year with Hitman and Twisters, and now he's doing The Running Man with Edgar Wright. I'm a fan of the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I saw it for the first time a couple years ago on a double feature with Total Recall, and it's a great action movie, but I'm not looking forward to this being a remake of the Schwarzenegger movie. I'm looking forward to this being its own adaptation of the source material, and I know Edgar Wright is smart enough to veer away from what they did with Schwarzenegger in the 80s. And of course you got Glenn Powell in this film, who's going to be as charming as ever, so I'm excited for this. I've yet to see a trailer for it, so there's very little that we know about The Running Man, but considering that both Glenn Powell and Edgar Wright are attached to it, I'm excited. Number 7. The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. Now, technically, people have seen this movie already. It premiered at a few festivals, and apparently it got really good word of mouth. And that was all before I even saw the trailer. And when I saw the trailer, I was not really expecting it to be Looney Tunes mixed with Ren and Stimpy, because it certainly has that mentality. But you know what? Based on the good word of mouth and the fact that it's a fully animated Looney Tunes movie, I'm willing to be excited for it and give it the benefit of the doubt. Plus, after Space Jam: A New Legacy, we need something good Looney Tunes related in the 2020s. Number 6. Superman. The dawn of a new DC universe begins appropriately enough with a new Superman. Y'all know how I feel about the DC Extended Universe. Like, I didn't think Man of Steel was good, but it wasn't awful. I'm so excited for this film. Between the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy and the Suicide Squad, I 100% trust that James Gunn is going to deliver a great Superman movie. And based on that trailer, it looks like we're going to be getting just that. It looks bright and colorful. The cast looks fantastic. We finally get Superdog Krypto, and to see Superman actually become more of a beacon of hope than he was in the DCEU, that's what we need. Like, now more than ever, we need that hopeful and triumphant Superman. And also, it would be nice to say that we have 3 good Superman movies out there, because we haven't had a good one since Superman 2. And I think if James Gunn's previous superhero movies have shown anything, it's that this one's going to be another hit. Number 5. Wicked for Good, aka Wicked Part 2. Now, the first half of Wicked ended up on my best of the year list, at number 2, more or less. And as soon as that movie ended, I couldn't wait to see what happened next. John M. Chu's direction was just so perfect in that film. The cast is great, it has a great look to it, and since both these movies were filmed at the same time, you know For Good is going to have all those same aspects. I just hope that John M. Chu sticks the landing, because that first movie is so good that if he sticks the landing for Part 2, then it's just going to be one great 4.5 hour long movie, maybe longer, that I would gladly watch in one sitting. I am beyond excited for this movie, and I hope it ends up being a great finale. Number 4. Predator Badlands and the Secret Predator movie. Now, we have a tie here because technically Predator Badlands is the one that people are keeping their eyes open on. But Dan Trachtenberg, who directed Prey and Badlands, filmed a Predator movie by secret that we know nothing about. And while the Secret Predator movie is coming out on streaming, Predator Badlands is the franchise's return to theaters after The Predator. Given how great Prey is, that it's the only movie in the franchise that can hold a candle to the original Predator, I am excited to see both these films. And the fact that one of them is being released theatrically gives me a little bit of hope as well, that yes, they finally have faith in this franchise again after Prey revitalized it, and the fact that we're getting 2 Predator movies in 1 year, it's going to be exciting. I'd probably say out of the 2, Badlands is the one that I'm the most excited for, because we know a little bit about it, like Elle Fanning is in the movie, and it's getting a theatrical release, which I think Prey seriously deserved. Number 3. Avatar: Fire and Ash. Hey, look at that! We don't have to wait 13 years for the next Avatar movie. We just have to wait 3 years after The Way of Water. Y'all know this had to be on my list because I'm a huge James Cameron fan. I think all of his movies are great, except Piranha 2, but even then I prefer Piranha 2 over the original. And I really enjoyed The Way of Water. I think it was a more than worthy follow-up to the first Avatar. And I'm curious to see how James Cameron does with a 3rd installment. We know he can make great sequels, but how does he do with a 3rd movie? I am really excited to see what will become of this film. I know a lot of people are clowning on it because, oh, the new Na'vi Nation is a bunch of fire people, so you're really just putting out like the Earth people from the first movie, the Water Tribe from Way of Water, and now we got Fire and Ash. It's just Avatar: The Last Airbender. A lot of people are making fun of that, but I think, as we've seen time and time again, don't doubt James Cameron. Do not bet against this man as a director. And if this movie ends up being bad, then I will be forward and honest with you guys and say that, yeah, it's a bad movie, but with James Cameron's track record, I don't see how it can be anything but at least good. Number 2. Wake Up, Dead Man. This is the 3rd film in Rian Johnson's Knives Out series, and as much as I'm a fan of James Cameron, I'm a huge fan of Rian Johnson, so of course this movie had to be on my most anticipated list. I adore the first Knives Out, and I think Glass Onion is really good as well. My biggest problem with that movie, and the problem I know I'm going to have with this one, is that they were both released on Netflix, and I think these movies deserve a big screen audience. But regardless of that, if Rian Johnson still has that creative spark that he had with the last two movies, then I think it's going to be a blast. I can't wait to see more of Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc, and I can't wait to see the new cast in this film with people like Glenn Close, Kerry Washington, Josh Brolin, Jeremy Renner. It's got a lot of people in it, so I'm excited to see what Rian Johnson has cooked up for this movie here. Number 1. Mickey 17. Bong Joon-ho has made some really unique movies. Even though I might not be a fan of Okja, I think Snowpiercer and especially Parasite are both fantastic. I have yet to see his monster movie, The Host, but based on his filmography and the movies I have seen, I am so excited for Mickey 17. It looks highly original, even though it's based off a novel. The cast looks great, and Robert Pattinson looks like he's having the time of his life in this movie. This movie was actually supposed to come out last January, but because of the SAG-AFTRA strikes, it got pushed back to January of this year, and then again got pushed back to March. So March is when we finally get to see this movie. And I really don't know what else to make of it outside the fact that it's Bong Joon-ho directing it. The trailers look great, and I don't see how this could be bad in any way. If it is, again, I will say that it is, but just based on the level of talent making this movie and those trailers, Mickey 17 earns its spot as my most anticipated movie of 2025. And there you go. Those are my picks for my most anticipated movies of this year. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And I want to give a special thank you to my subscribers and YouTube members right over here. You guys are the reason why this channel continues to grow, and if you want to help support the channel and get access to perks that nobody else gets, you can join YouTube memberships for as little as $1.99 a month. But until next time, I want to hear from you guys what your most anticipated movies of 2025 are. Whatever they may be, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button to get notifications. If you want to find me elsewhere on the internet, you can do so via these social media platforms and my theme park and travel channel right here on YouTube. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, have a good day and take care of yourselves.